gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to either Sports Talk with Austin or Jeffrey from Omi Talk Sports, whichever platform you are watching on this wonderful Tuesday night. Happy play-in day, happy NBA playoff week. It's one of the best times of the year. Well, some people may argue March Madness, but I digress. But as we are here tonight, we're back again. We're kind of fulfilling a promise, kind of, but we'll get into that. But we are doing the 2025 NBA playoff predictions and previews and giving you our picks for the first round. And we're going to give our picks for the finals, who we think will win it all. And we're going to see how bad our picks sour. But I couldn't do it without my co-host, without my friend. Jeffrey, how are you? And happy Tuesday.
Appreciate it, Austin. Definitely excited that we were able to fill our semi-promise of doing an NBA playoff show like we did last year. It was a lot of fun last year. Glad we were able to fit it in tonight, and it's playing night. So, I mean, some people can look at that as like the perfect time. Like some people like doing it before. Typically, I like doing things before they start, but it's kind of fun to do it like, hey, it's starting right now. Like we got a game on right now. I'm watching it right now, and we got a game coming on later. So it's definitely exciting with that, kind of like we did with March Madness when North Carolina was beating the doors off San Diego State. So, and we got another blowout here with Orlando beating Atlanta. So we're not going to be picking Atlanta. Sorry for Hawks fans out there. We're not picking Atlanta in this game, but we'll see about the next.
Spoiler alert.
But definitely excited that we got to do the show and can't wait to get into the matchups because it's always interesting. Like the NBA is completely different with a 7-game series versus, winning or losing you're done in March Madness and in other sports like the NFL. So it has a different dynamic. So definitely always exciting when the playoffs come around in the NBA.
Well, and I'll say this too. As what I love about the NBA is you've got 7 games. You have to beat a team 4 times. And it legitimizes how good or bad a team is, in my opinion. And not to go down a rabbit hole, but in March Madness, it's 1 game, 1 fluke, and you're done for. The NBA, you got to do that 4 times. So the Thunder could beat the Nuggets 1 time. They need to beat the Nuggets 4 times to prove they're the better team. Where in March Madness, they would only have to do it once, and the Nuggets season would be over. That's what I love about the NBA is you got 7 games, you got to win 4 times.
Yeah, and outside of like if an injury happens to like a key player, then you can, to your point, definitively prove who the better team is because each team gets home and away. You get your opportunities at home. Can you steal one on the road? It just creates, a massive dynamic there. And typically you can legitimately say, like, yes, this team's better than that team. We saw them play. They proved it on the court. And that's why I have such a problem in, like, college basketball with March Madness. I love it. But when people say, like, oh, that team's better than that team because they won that game, not to, like you said, go down a rabbit hole, but I feel like still, in my opinion, that Duke was better than Houston. I think Duke was a better team than Houston. But I have 98 billion people. I know there's not that many people on the earth. I'm exaggerating. But tons of people blowing up my DMs telling me, hey, Duke is nowhere as good as Houston. Houston's clearly better. And I'm like, okay, they beat him by 2 points in the Final Four. And
Yeah, I don't know if Jeffrey face froze, but like he was saying, one game doesn't always prove who the better team is. And I believe Jeffrey has face froze. But yeah, Jeffrey face froze. Okay, we're good. But like Jeffrey was saying, one game does not determine who's always the better team sometimes. There are upsets, there are flukes, there are there are things. There we go.
Sorry about that. My internet just completely died. Like, even the internet's mad that I dare say Duke was better than Houston. I'm sorry, but I'll put that to rest.
Okay. But back to your point.
Yeah, I mean, like the NBA, you can definitively prove like this team's better, and that's what makes it such a unique, playoff
Mm-hmm.
format. And even though a lot of people have soured on the NBA lately for its style of play and stuff like that, I still think the NBA playoffs is fantastic for that reason. It is definitely fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. And you get a chance to see possibly a team play 7 times. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you get to see how the schemes change. You get to see what, especially the schemes, which we'll get into it. But like stylistically, you're not going to play the Celtics the same way you would play the Bucks in a 7-game series, and you have a chance to adjust. Where college basketball, you've got to adjust on the fly. There is
Mm-hmm.
no, okay, let's pack it in. We're down 2-1. We've got another one the day after. There is none of that. You adjust on the fly. But we'll get into all that.
Mm-hmm.
That though, not to go down the rabbit hole like Jeffrey said, or we'll be here all night.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely there's a lot of nuance to, being, like an NBA coach with your team. I know a lot of people say the coaches don't do anything. I feel like NBA coaches, especially if the team's great, you kind of just like, all right, don't let the egos crash. Just like go out there, do your thing, kind of plan a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, but it's not super complex. But you still do have to figure out, like, hey, are we gonna be more defensive oriented in this game versus like this team, or are we gonna be more offensive oriented? Like, gonna be kind of like grinding it out more, which not much in the NBA, but you still do see it sometimes. Or are we just gonna chunk up 45 threes? Like, well, how are they playing us? And if something don't work, you have time to fix it. Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, we lost, it's over. First game of the series, we didn't win, we're done. No, like you have a chance to fix it. Like, you could be down 2-0 and come back. Like it's possible. So that, that keeps like the viewer interest as well. Like, people, get really, excited to see like when it gets down to like 3-2, 3-3 series, and you've gone that whole way. It's like a journey. It's like a mini journey going all that way to get to a game 7. People love game 7s. Like it is great when either team is done. Like when like it kind of gives you that March Madness dynamic, but you had to get there. It's like a draw. It's kind of like being in boxing or whatever, where like it's round 1, round 2, and like you keep drawing, and someone's got to win. So it's definitely like I said, a different dynamic, and that's what makes the NBA playoffs unique. I enjoy it every year. I mean, even if I don't watch it most of the season, I keep up with it enough to know what's going on, like the trades and and coaches. Like you lost your coach, Austin, like Denver. Like what's going on there? I'm still blown away, right? The infighting. So it's like I keep up with it enough, but like when the NBA playoffs start, I'm locked in. So it's
Yes.
always fun.
And like you said, last thing is, I'll say this too. I think honestly, like you said, it's like a journey. It's like a television series. If you think about it, you got your 2 main characters, and they take you on this ride. And then when it's over, you're like, okay, there's a definitive end to this story. And that's kind of what a playoff series is. It takes you on a ride if you're lucky, if it's lucky to go that far. And then you're like, okay, this was the definitive end.
Absolutely. You get that in hockey too. I mean, a lot of people like hockey for that reason as well. And I'm definitely not big of a hockey person. I watch it sometimes. It's not awful. Like it's not terrible. Like when they're hitting each other with the hockey sticks, that's pretty entertaining and stuff like that. So I'll watch a little bit of that, but yeah. So you got that in hockey too, but definitely it's the most popular with the NBA. And we just saw the Magic win. Like you said, official the Magic.
So,
I think I got cut off when you said that the Magic won. So now we got Memphis and Golden State. It's gonna make it interesting when we pick that game. It's like who's winning right now? Like what's gonna happen? So it's gonna be interesting.
so let's get into it, shall we? Let's talk about the play-in, who we think's advancing, who we think is going to be And as we can see, Golden State is not off to a hot start, but there's 4 quarters. There's 4 quarters. But let's start off with the first playing game of the night. Hawks Magic. Winner of this gets to play the Celtics in round one, and the Magic winning.
not a good gift at all.
No, they're like, it's basically like one of them things. It's like, oh, you want a playing game? Good for you. Now go play the champions. Have fun.
Yeah, no siree for me. I would not want to do that.
But the Magic beat the Hawks 120-95. I caught a little bit of this game as I was preparing for the show. I'll say this. I think the Magic are really good, got a lot of talent. They play really good defense, but they lack offense. And we'll get to it here in a minute, but that scares me in a series with the Celtics. I like Paul. I like Gary Harris. I like Cole Anthony. I like all these guys. The Magic have got some nice pieces, and this is a good win for them because they're still a young team. They're learning, and they're growing. They made the playoffs for the first time last year, I think, in, I want to say almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was. But this is a good win for them. As for the Hawks, they'll have a chance Friday night to get into the playoffs. But, Jeffrey, what was your thoughts on this game?
I mean, I don't disagree with what you said at all. And appreciate Clint Moses for being here. Proud of Cole Anthony, our UNC guy. Absolutely. Cole Anthony has been playing very well for the Magic. I kind of feel like Orlando is where the Thunder were a few years ago. Like when they were starting to build, like they were starting to get these pieces and they were improving. I wouldn't say this was a disappointing year for Orlando, but after the season they had last year, I really felt they were going to take a pretty big leap forward this year, a bigger leap than they did. But in their defense, the East is stacked. A lot of great teams at the top. I mean, looking at the teams that are ahead of them in the standings in the East, it's like legitimately only one team that probably I'm shocked to see ahead of them. And everybody else is like, all right. So, you know, like they had a good year. You know, they were really bad a few years ago. So they're getting better. And I agree with you. The young talent, Banchero and Cole Anthony, they're really good. And they're going to keep getting better. But the Hawks, on the other hand, they're just stuck in mediocrity. I mean, it's literally mediocrity. They're where the Indiana Pacers were for like a decade. You know, after like Victor Oladipo, Paul George, like after all that fizzled out, the Pacers have just been 500 or a little bit worse than that every year. That's what the Hawks are. Like if it wasn't for the play-in tournament, they'd be irrelevant because they'd be missing it every year. Basically, they're like on that 8, 9 to 10 cut line every year. They're just not great. Trae Young is fantastic. They got rid of his second best player, you know, next to him, which is just insane. And like they keep bringing in guys, they keep getting rid of guys. They don't have stability at all. Like every time I watch them, they have different players. They're young. I just feel like if they don't get it together and actually try to build something around Trae Young, he's just going to end up like Damian Lillard at the Trailblazers. He's just going to sit there for a long time, and then at like the end of his prime, he's going to end up going somewhere else and falling short of ever winning anything. It sucks. Like I said, fantastic player. I mean, I've seen some Hawks fans say Trae Young needs to be better. I'm like, what more can he do? He's a fantastic player. He just reminds me of when he was at Oklahoma, lighting it up, and everybody else around him was just not great. So it is what it is. The Hawks, we'll see. I mean, obviously they can still make the playoffs. We'll see if they do, but they're just not a great team. They don't have enough pieces around Trae Young. And the Magic, they definitely have a lot more solid of a foundation for the future than the Hawks do, and it definitely showed in this game.
Well, and I'll say this too. When you talk about the Hawks, they made that conference finals I believe in 21 against the Bucks, and that was after the whole shutdown and everything. And a lot of that was a lot of luck, and that's what goes into this. You got to have some luck, but I feel like the Hawks had that one great year, and then they kind of fizzled out. They made the conference final that one time. You probably remember it. And everyone was like, the Hawks are going to be a force to be reckoned with out east. Trae Young and the Hawks might be able to contend for the East every year. And I was kind of like, I kind of feel like them and the Pacers, like you said. I feel like the Pacers last year got a very lucky break with the injuries that happened on their side of the bracket. So I kind of feel like that's what happened with the Hawks that year. They got a lot of lucky breaks, and they were able to. And the East is not as competitive as the West. Let's be honest,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. I mean, not to diminish what they did. It's a great achievement, but it just goes to show if things break your way one time, you can get a team like the Hawks who are stuck in mediocrity can make a run at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I don't think they were an elite team that year. They did that either, making it all that way.
Mm,
But I still think they were better then than they were now. They've taken backward steps. Like, there are teams that have a star and then some solid players, but then they blow it up, to try to make moves to get better. Then they end up getting worse. That's what happened to Atlanta. Because, I mean, they're not as good right now as they were even 3 years ago. I mean, they're just literally the most average of average teams that you can possibly get. And what's
mm-hmm,
frustrating is, like, in the case of the Magic, you can excuse it. Like, okay, they're young, they're developing, they're really talented. Give it time. With the Hawks, it's just like, all right, where are we going? We've been like this forever. And Trae Young, I mean, he's still not anywhere close to old. Like, he's got many years left still, but it's like, you're gonna waste it, man. You're gonna waste it. And you don't want to do that when you've got that great of a player. You just
mm-hmm,
don't. It's not that
mm-hmm,
Trae Young's selfish. Like, I've seen people say, "Oh, Trae Young's selfish. He shoots too much." That is garbage. That is absolutely garbage. At the end of the third quarter, he had the ball with like 3 seconds left after the Atlanta saved it from going out of bounds. He could have chunked up a deep three. He passed it to Niang. I think he was a former Louisville guy. And Niang scored a three. And it's like, okay, Trae Young's not the problem, folks. It's not him. He is darn good. He does everything that you would want him to do. He's a team player. He still looks engaged. He's trying his hardest. Your team just sucks. Like, you're not good enough. That's the problem. That's on you, Hawks, and like the ownership and leadership. It's not on
mm-hmm,
Trae Young. That's my opinion. But I get
mm-hmm.
frustrated when people blame players like that. Like, you're blaming the only great player you have. Don't do that. Like, blame everyone else but him, because it's not him.
Mm-hmm. Well, and last thing I'll say is too on this subject is I want to
Mm,
say congrats to Orlando because this is a big accomplishment. As you said, it is a step back. Because I was with you, I thought, okay,
mm,
the Magic were a 5 seed last year. I was like, okay, they're a little ahead of schedule, but could they jump to a 3, maybe a 2? I mean,
mhm.
the East is open. I was like, and they kind of, and I know injuries played a big
Yeah,
part in this as well. So we can excuse it a little bit. If Orlando had been healthy, I don't think they'd be in the play in. I think they're better than that right now. But they got injured. And like you said, with this whole Hawks situation, what is the direction they're taking? Because if they lose on Friday and don't make the playoffs, period, they need to do some soul searching. What? Because, like you said, Trey Young, like if you're not going to use him to his best of his abilities, do the right thing and field offers for him. I
mm.
know loyalty is a big thing with me and you, but in this day and age now, there is none.
It
Whether we
sucks.
like it
Like,
or
I
not.
hate it because, like you said, I'm a big loyalty guy. You are as well. I think most people legitimately are. Most people don't like this, but there's nothing we could do. I mean, the age of loyalty is over. That's what money does. And in the case of a guy like Trae Young, it's not money because he's making a ton of it at Atlanta. It's just, do you want to just keep making money and not win, or do you want to make money and win? I can respect that. I do think, Trae Young overall, he wants to stay at Atlanta, but if they're not going to build around him, I'm with you. They need to, let him have a chance to win. And
Mhm,
kind of like Lillard. I mean, I was in favor of Lillard going out of Portland a long time ago. Like, after they traded McCollum, I'm like, all right, Lillard, you need to get out of there. Like, you need to go. This team sucks. You're not getting. It's never going to be good. No matter how much young talent you draft, Lillard does not fit the time schedule of those guys. He's already in his 30s. Um, Let him go somewhere else and have a shot to do something. It's only fair. It's not fair to keep a guy like that on a bad team. It just isn't.
mhm. Yeah, wasting their prime. But congratulations to the Magic. Good win. But now the 7-8 matchup out west, where the winner will play the young Houston Rockets team. Grizzlies Warriors currently in progress, 16-11, as you can see there, and I've got it up on my big screen TV and here in my office watching it. I'm sure Jeffrey's keeping a close eye on it. So, how we're going to do this, folks, a little uncharted territory. We're going to pick a winner and then we'll check on the results, and then we'll go back if we need to, and we'll pick again. But overall, what do you think about this game?
I mean, it's a good matchup because Memphis, like they're getting it together again. Like they've had all those struggles with Ja Morant, his issues, whatever. But now he's back. He's healthy. He's not getting into trouble, right now. All those things are great. Memphis has kind of stabilized themselves a bit. And then you have the Warriors. Man, they were in a rough spot a while back. Like they things were not going right. But then they traded for Jimmy Buckets, and yeah, they've gotten better. Are they great? Are they what they were when with Curry and Clay and Draymond in their prime and Kevin Durant? No, but
No.
this is a significantly better team. And they've added some smaller pieces as well. I mean, I've been frustrated even vocally on X and / Twitter that Trace Jackson Davis isn't getting any playing time anymore because Quentin Post has been doing well. But that's a good thing. Like, yeah, it's a good thing when a guy like Trace Jackson Davis, who's really good and was a big impact player for a struggling Warriors team last year, is not playing as much this year, but he's still impacting the team. I just feel like overall the Warriors have improved their roster. Is it anywhere near the prime of what the Warriors were in their dynasty? No, but this is a much better team than it was earlier this year. And I mean, honestly, just to make a quick fire pick, I'm picking the Warriors. I think the Warriors will win this game. We'll see if they ultimately do, but I do think the Warriors win this game.
Here's the thing with this matchup. Jaren Jackson Jr., who has won Defensive Player of the Year, has been in the running last couple years. He's the X factor because he's been working on his 3-point shooting, and he's been able to stretch defenses out now and add his ability to block shots and protect the rim. I think makes the Grizzlies a threat because Golden State, they are lacking that presence inside. Don't get me wrong, Kevon Looney is good, but Jaren Jackson is a special type of talent. And like you said, John Morant, Desmond Bain, Memphis has got a nice little team. They've built something there. But like you said, Golden State was going in the wrong direction. They were going backwards. And then they make the trade for Jimmy Butler to get that messy situation in Miami. And a lot of people were saying, is Jimmy Butler committed? Does he care? And you see, Golden State has improved him vastly since that trade. Steph Curry seems reinvigorated. And, you pick Golden State. I mean, I can make an argument for either one. I think I'm with you. I think the veteran experience of Golden State wins this game. And they're poised, and it's at home in the Bay.
It's hard to pick against Curry. And in a game between kind of even teams, it's kind of hard for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Warriors too. I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be like a 3 to 5 point win.
Absolutely.
But now we can pick the Wednesday games. These are the Wednesday night games, which is tomorrow night, and these are the 9-10 games. These are the win or go home games. You win this game, and you've got a shot. You lose this game, you're looking at next year. So, and then the winner of these games will play the losers of the 2 games we just talked about, and then they will play their respective 1 seeds out west and out east, which is the Thunder and Cavs. So, 7:30 ESPN Heat Bulls. Winner will play Atlanta on Friday. Jeffrey, who you got and what you thinking?
These are the 2 playing, Matt. Like these 2 teams were in the playing game last year, weren't they? If I recall, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought they were. I still cannot believe that year that the Heat were an 8 seed and they went all the way. That was crazy. I know they had some luck, especially with Giannis being hurt, but still, like that was nuts. So
Mm.
could we see the Heat do that again? I mean, they're the 10 seed here, so they're gonna have to win this game and the next to make the playoffs. I will say that again, giving another Indiana guy's props. Khalil Ware has been good. He's been very good for the Heat. Might even get on the all rookie team. He's been very impressive. I was shocked at how well he's played. It's really helped Bam. It's really given the Heat what they desperately needed, which was a secondary big. Because Bam is really good, but Bam's in a lot of games he's undersized a little bit, and that can hurt the Heat on the glass. Whereas Khalil Ware, he's a lot bigger. He's quick. He's young, and he's rebounding like crazy. So that's been great for the Heat. I mean, the Heat still have a lot of solid players. I mean, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, but they're just missing a lot of what they had when they were really good. No more Jimmy Buckets. Yeah, he's getting older, but that's tough. And they don't have Max Strus. They don't have Lowry because Lowry aged out. There's just a lot of pieces of what they had that are gone. And they're just okay. Like they're competent, but they're just okay. They're not a great team. They have a lot of work to do. To Spoelstra's got work to do. They got to be able to figure out what direction they're going in. Because I mean, do they see Bam as like a star? Do they not? Like you look at Tyler Hero, he's a really great player, but he's got limitations. Sometimes he has off nights. His defense is not the best. Overall, the team just has issues. They need to figure out what direction they're going in, whether they're just going to kind of stay in mediocrity and have, solid players but no star. Or are they going to find a way to get a star player and see what they can do with it? Because right now they're just not great. And then the Bulls, another team, it's just they've been mid for so long. I mean, it is honestly a hard game to pick. I'm not going to lie. This is a really hard game to pick. Both these teams do not give me confidence.
Well, I want to say this. I don't know how much you watched of the Bulls, but ever since that Zach LaVine trade, they've almost seemed to play better, in my opinion. I mean,
that's fair.
Legitimately, Josh Giddey is coming into his own. Kobe White, Vucevic, they're building like they're a young team, but they're kind of coming along quicker than I thought they would, Jeffrey. To be honest with you, and I know out east it's not that hard, but I don't. That's why I said I don't know how much you watched them play since that trade. They're not that bad. They're pretty good. Like they're pretty good for a young team. But like you said, the thing is with Miami though, what concerns me is what is their future? Because quote unquote Heat culture, right? Like, are the Heat? I feel like they're one of these teams within the playoffs because I don't foresee them going far. Not to give you a spoiler alert, but in the draft, I feel like they need to hit on their draft picks this upcoming season, this upcoming off season, in my opinion, because if they're going to build around Tyler Hero and Bam, they need to hit on these. Like get some more shooting, get a perimeter defender. They need to do something because if I know Pat Riley, he's not going to be fine sitting in mediocrity. He's not going to let that happen. So I feel like Miami, this is going to be a big proving test. I mean, this is two young teams. I mean, the Bulls, Kobe White, North Carolina guy, he is a guy, Jeffrey, I love watching. He's fast, he's quick, he can score. The thing with the Bulls, though, that scares me is they chuck up a lot of threes. And it's kind of like that with the Celtics. If the threes aren't going, then it could screw you over.
Yeah, like Alabama basketball, too.
That's what makes this game scary to pick, in my opinion. But I'll let you pick first.
Yeah, it's tough because, I mean, I try not to pick, like, based off, like my interest, like with the players and everything. But you got Khalil Ware for the Heat. You got Kobe White for the Bulls. I like both, obviously. Both players
Mhm.
played for, Carolina, Indiana, but like I said, I'm not really confident in either team. I do agree with you, though, that the Bulls have looked better since the trade. I haven't seen them much, but, they have trended up. It's at home. Yeah, real quick again on the Heat. I mean, the thing is that you recall, like, at one time they had, like, 8 players that were undrafted. Like, they just hit
Mhm.
on so many of those underrated guys, right? They were just bringing in, like, I don't want to call them nobodies, but, like, guys that you would never think that would have success, like Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, guys like that. You just
Mhm.
never think that they're going to make anything of themselves in the NBA. And then they're working out. They're good players, right? When they had that, and then you had a star in Jimmy Butler, it worked. But the problem is that Jimmy Butler got older, he's gone, and then now you don't have any stars. I don't look at Bam or Tyler Hero as a star. They're
Mhm.
good. They're really good, and they can have games where they're borderline stars, but they're not. And the rest of their team is kind of collapsed because they had to get rid of all of those underrated players. Kind of like the Nuggets. When the Nuggets
Mhm.
had the championship team, right? When they had the championship year, they
Mhm.
lost KCP. They lost Bruce Brown. They lost those underrated guys that were
Jeff
really
Green.
good, but they had to let
Jeff
them go.
Green.
Yeah, they had to let them go because, like, you couldn't pay them all. Well, the Heat had the same thing. Like, Strus got a really good contract to leave, so because they couldn't pay them all. So that's kind of the problem. The Heat just kind of got to a point where they had so many solid players that they had to let them go. They had to
Mhm.
let a few of them go, and now they're just kind of reduced to mid. And I feel
Mhm.
like that's what kind of happened to the Nuggets and why that they're not as good now as they were when they were a championship team. They're still really good, but I'm just saying, like, the Heat they're messed up right now. That I don't know what really direction they can go in, because either they're gonna have to shop Hero or Bam, and then they're gonna have to get a lot of young guys, or basically blow up the whole thing to get a couple stars, and then that ain't gonna work either. So it's like they're messed up. Honestly, I was gonna go with the Heat, but I wouldn't say you convinced me. But the Heat they're not great. They're competitive, but they're not great. So I'll go with the Bulls to win.
Mhm. Oh, I face froze that time. My bad.
No, you're good, man.
Who did you pick?
I
Resay
picked
that
the
again.
Bulls.
Okay.
No score. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick score in the NBA when it's like, oh, it's 120 to 105. Like, I don't know. It's just I'm going with the Bulls.
Yeah, I'm going with Chicago as well. I think at home, United Center, their youth. I like what the Bulls have got. I think I think the Bulls are going to win this game at least. So I got the Bulls as well. And for Miami, hopefully, whatever they do, hopefully it works. But at 10 p.m. on ESPN later that night, we've got the 9-10 out west, the Kings versus Mavericks in Sacramento. And this is one of the most bizarre matchups in a long, long time. You've got a team in the Mavericks who traded away their entire franchise in Luka Doncic and basically closed their championship window within a snap of the fingers. And Kyrie is hurt. They bring in Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and they've got some nice young pieces, but trading away Luka, I still don't understand that. Then you got the Kings, who were a nice, solid team, made the playoffs last year. I mean, the play in, made the playoffs against the Warriors 2 years ago, took them to 7, but then traded De'Aaron Fox because De'Aaron Fox finally got fed up. They fired Mike Brown. They bring in Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. This is a chaos of a matchup. I have no clue who to pick here.
Me
Jeffrey,
neither.
what are your thoughts on this game? And maybe you can convince me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way to convince myself. Honestly, I mean, this game is definitely bizarre because both teams were a whole lot better not too long ago. I mean, like you said, that when the Kings, I was live for that series in that game 7, when the Kings took the Warriors all the way to 7. Like, that was a heck of a series. And it looked like at that time that the Kings had a future. You know, like they drafted well, they traded well, they were building something, and then it just fizzled away. Like they were significantly worse last year, and then this year they're just not great again. So definitely things have fallen apart for them. And then the Mavericks. I mean, I didn't make a video on it. I didn't talk about it, but I did post on Twitter about my thoughts on the Mavericks. I mean, it's up there as one of the dumbest trades of all time. Like it makes absolutely no sense to get rid of your guy, to get rid of your star. All because like again, I don't know all the nuances to it. I don't really even care, to be honest, because regardless of the reasonings, it's stupid. But I saw somebody say, or someone said that the Mavericks thought that Luka Doncic was not disciplined, or he wasn't like training, properly, or keeping himself in shape and all that. And it's like, even so, you can't trade him. Not now. Like, if you're going to trade him when he starts to decline. Like, trade him when he's not as good anymore. Like, doing it right now and he's 25 and then getting Anthony Davis in return. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, absolutely stupid. It makes no sense. You made a rival of yours better in the Lakers. Just completely ruined your franchise. I mean, I've seen people online that legitimately will not root for the Mavericks anymore. Like, they were Mavericks fans, and they're done. Like, they will not watch them. They boycotted them. And you saw when he returned. That was like the first sellout the Mavericks have had since he left. You saw when he returned when he was with the Lakers about a week ago. Their reaction, they love him, man. Like, and you saw the tears in Doncic's eyes. Honestly, it was almost wholesome. Like, in this era of money and greed and all this crap going on in sports, that was just a wholesome moment. Like, you see a guy, Luka Doncic, who did not want to leave, who still wanted to be there. The fans still wanted to be there, and for that to happen, it's absolute garbage. It's ridiculous. And I mean, I'm not even a Mavericks fan in any way, and like I feel bad for their fans. Like, that is just wrong.
Yes.
On so many levels. I mean, it's despicable. And yeah, so the Mavericks, I mean, honestly, they deserve to lose. Like, they deserve to lose everything at this point. I mean, I'm not like actively rooting against them. I don't really care, but they don't deserve to win after what they did. Their owners and those people that did that need to feel the hurt for that, because you screwed up your team. You could, like, they were in the finals last year, man. Like, they were literally in the finals, and now they're this. You did this just because. Oh yeah, we're getting rid of Doncic. Whatever. So yeah, and then like I said, the Kings. I don't know if you heard me because when you had to go for a sec, but what I said with the Kings earlier, it's just crazy. When they were in that Game 7 a couple years ago, I was calling that game against the Warriors, and they were really good. Like, I thought the Kings had a really bright future, and then they've become this. It's crazy. They fell apart. So, I mean, I don't know who to pick, honestly, because both teams are just broken. They're broken teams.
I'll say this too. If offensively, I think the Kings are the better team. You've got DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Sabonis on the inside. But defensively, I like the Mavericks. Anthony Davis, defensively, is still showing strides of being that top 10 player that we knew him at New Orleans as. Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, Spencer Dinwiddie. They've still got some nice pieces there. But their offense is nowhere near Sacramento's. Like, Zach LaVine could give 40 on someone's head in a heartbeat. DeRozan could drop 20, 25, 30, 50. I feel like the Kings are the more complete team. I feel like they have too much offensive firepower is the word I'm looking for here for the Mavericks to comprehend. And for that, I'm going to pick the Kings to win. I think DeMar, Zach, it's going to be too much, and I don't think the Mavericks have the offensive weaponry to get the job done. And I got the Kings moving on to Friday.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, it's at home too. I'll go with the Kings. I mean, having DeRozan and LaVine, I mean, they're both they're both, I would say, top 50 scorers, maybe even top 30, top 25 scorers in the league. They're both really solid. Still don't like what their teams become, especially from what they were. It's not great, but it's we'll see what they end up doing in the next couple of years. It's going to be interesting. The Mavericks, they're a complete mess, and I agree with the defense, but when you can't score enough, then the NBA, you have to have a good D, like in any sport, but offense is almost more important. Like you have to have a great offense and then a solid defense. You can't have a great defense and then a like okay offense. That just is not happening. You're not going to win that way. So I'll go with the Kings too.
And now we're moving on to the Friday games, and these are the winner go home games. These are the nut cutting time, as my dad used to say. This is when we get down to brass tacks. So out east, obviously the Hawks lost. We couldn't get to that game in time, but it does help us out a little bit here because we both picked the Bulls. So assuming the Bulls win tomorrow night, it's going to be Bulls-Hawks for the right to play the Cavaliers. And if that's the game that turns about, because me and Jeffrey both picked the Bulls, it's basically the youth of Chicago against an Atlanta team that's very youthful themselves. But Trae Young, is he going to get enough help to at least win one game? Or is Kobe White and company and Josh Giddey and the Bulls offense, are they going to put more of it together? Jeffrey, don't be surprised if you happen to watch this game on Friday if there's no defense, because both of these teams' defenses are abysmal at times. I'm being quite frank with you. Now, I will say Daniel Dice for the Atlanta Hawks, he has been a breakout superstar on the defensive side of the ball. He is one player in the coming years, he might become top 30, top 20 in the league within Atlanta. But I'll say this is one of them games where the best player on the court is probably going to win this game, in my opinion. But Jeffrey, what are your thoughts on this game?
It's tough because the Hawks have been in play-in situations before, and they typically don't win. and they were pretty embarrassing tonight. Like they got destroyed. I know that this game they're going to be at home, but they did not look good. I know in the NBA you'd have the quick turnaround. Because they had a bad game tonight does not mean they're going to have a bad game on Friday. I really like Trae Young. I really do. But, man, outside of Daniels, that was a good mention. Dyson Daniels is solid. He's a buttoning player. He's getting a lot better. But the rest of their team just isn't very good. Like, it's all right. Just not great. And the Bulls, they have some young guys that are really, really good. And I feel like they have more players that are good than the Hawks have, but the Hawks have the best player. I don't think that's debatable. Do you believe in Trae Young as the best player? Or do you believe in the more kind of complete team in the Bulls? It could go either way. I just don't really trust the Hawks in a playing game.
Here's the thing, Jeffrey. I'll say this. I think the youth of Chicago, they're very youthful, but they haven't been in these type of situations very much. Whereas Atlanta, they've been here, done this. Trae Young's been in these moments, and Trae Young lives for these type of moments. So, in my opinion, give me the Hawks to beat Chicago. I think Trae Young rises to the occasion on Friday night and lifts the Hawks past the Bulls.
Yeah, looking at the roster, Kobe White averages 20, Giddey 15, Vucevic 18. It's all right. There's like you said, a lot of young guys, though. Yeah. I was leaning Bulls, but I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. Trae
Come
Young,
on,
he
Jeffrey.
might go off for like 40. He might, but I still don't trust the Hawks. I guess I'll go with the Hawks, but I mean, honestly, not to spoil, but whoever wins this game is not going any further. I don't think. I'd be shocked if they did. But I guess I'll go with the Hawks. But Trae Young, he better deliver for us. That's all I'm gonna say.
And a quick update, the Warriors are absolutely throttling the Grizzlies right
Yeah, they're
now.
running away
Like,
with it right now. Doesn't mean it's over, but they're running away with it.
but on our other Friday game, if I can get to it, come on, technology, here we go. Time to be determined would be the Warriors Kings, where the winner, I mean, not the Warriors Kings, would be the Kings Grizzlies. Excuse me, I'll get it right tonight. Anywho, it'd be the Kings Grizzlies, and the winner will play the OKC Thunder in round one. Jeffrey, I'll let you start. If Kings Grizzlies is what we get, who are you taking?
I mean, honestly, in that game, I mean, yeah, you've got. Ooh, what a dunk. Okay. So you got like with the Kings, DeRozan, and and Sabonis, like they're really solid. Levine, like that. But then you've got John Morant's getting better. John Morant's coming back. He's playing a lot better. Zach Edey's he's been very good. He's been very good. Bane's very good. Jaren Jackson is very good. Honestly, this team should be better than what it is, right? They should have a better record probably than what they have. It's going to be at home for them too. I hate when I keep picking the favorites, but man, I kept picking the favorites in the March Madness games, and that kept happening. So it's kind of hard not to. But I think the Grizzlies win.
I agree. I think John Moran being the best player on the floor, unless you have any objections to that claim, it would Ja be the best player on the floor in that game against the Kings.
I mean, he's definitely the most talented player. Like prior to him doing all the stuff that he was doing and getting hurt when he was dunking like crazy and falling, like he is super athletic. He's incredible. There's been moments though where no, he hasn't, because again, when he messed up off the court, when he's had injuries, and DeRozan's fantastic, but DeRozan's also a lot older. Like he's gonna decline, right? Like in the coming years. Whereas Morant, like if he can get his act together and keep it together, he still has many years ahead of him. So I would say Morant.
I would too. And like you said, I think the Grizzlies are just a little more bit better than the Kings. And I think John Morant, Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bain, Luke Kennard, I think they got a little bit better of a team. Give me the Grizzlies to win and to be the 8th seed if the score holds, which we'll check towards the end. But now we can get down to the meat of the matter, because now we are going to make our first round series predictions and previews, and then we will pick who we have going to the conference finals, and then we will pick our champions. So, and I thought it's only fitting to start out East. East, young man. East. Let's go East. And out East, let's start with, let me zoom in here for the people so they can see too. Out East, we could start with the number 1 seed, and a surprise to many fans. Here we go. In the Eastern Conference is the Cleveland Cavaliers, who got a lot of solid players. Isaac Okoro, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Jaren Jackson, my man from Louisville, Donovan Mitchell. I mean, the Cavs, Kenny Atkinson, the Cavs. Who would ever saw this coming? A resurrection from the LeBron era. But how serious is Cleveland is the question, which we'll get into that. But if the Hawks win, it'll be 1 versus 8, Cavs, Hawks. Jeffrey, I think we're both going to pick the Cavs, but can the Hawks make it a series? Is there a chance they can make it a series?
I think they'll win one game. I think Trae
Yeah.
Young will have a big game in one of them. It'll be 4-1. I think. Like I would like to, say, hey, it's going to be competitive. I will say the only thing that slightly worries me though is that the Cavaliers, like they were so good this year. Is it fool's gold? Like are they going to collapse? I mean, we've seen it before, but man, they just look so good though. I watched them play the Celtics several times this year. This is a fantastic team. I don't know, like all their pieces just work. Garland's great. Like you said, your boy Donovan Mitchell is still fantastic. Mobley's fantastic. Okoro, I like their team. They just play hard. They play well. Good offensively, good defensively. And I just have a hard time seeing them playing great this whole season for them to choke against the Hawks. Like, are they going to go all the way to the conference finals? I don't know. Maybe they could lose before that. I don't know. But I don't see them losing to the Hawks. Like, this isn't the Heat that year with the Heat. Like, the whoever is in this game is not a great team. And the Cavaliers have played so well all season long, barring injuries, barring anything unforeseen. They should be able to win this series fairly easily. I would say it's 4-1.
I would agree. I'll go Cavs 4-1 too. I think Trae Young's good for one. And we're predicting Atlanta, but this could all change. We're doing this on the fly like we did with the first four. But I'm with you. I think Cavs win in 5. I think Trae Young is good for one. Now, time for a real series to talk about. The Pacers versus the Bucks, the 4-5, and a little history lesson. This is a rematch from last year's first round game. And this is Giannis's got injured in that series last year. Hopefully he stays healthy. Unfortunately, Damian Lillard not able to play. Blood clot injury. Prayers up to Damian Lillard. Take care of that. That sucks. But Jeffrey, this is a rematch. Do the Bucks have revenge on their mind? Because the Pacers took them out last year.
I will say that Damian Lillard being out, that I don't know. I don't know if it's too much to overcome, but it might be too much to overcome. I mean, you see the spread. Like Indiana's favored by 5.5. If Damian Lillard was in this game or in this series, rather, like it would be a pick 'em. It'd be like even. I don't know. Maybe the Bucks would even be favored. I don't know. But that's tough, and it sucks because like you said, I hope he can get that taken care of because that ended Chris Bosh's career. Was blood clot and stuff. So you never want to see that. I definitely hope he'll be fine. But Indiana, I mean, kind of like with, what we were talking about with the Magic, a lot of young talent, a lot of young guys that are getting better. The Indiana's like that. Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, that was a fantastic pickup for them. He's a great player. Thomas Bryant, back in Indiana, like bench player, but he's providing a role. Like I gotta give Thomas Bryant a shout out. He's been solid. I mean, yeah.
And here's the thing too. I want to point this out, and this is important. Benedict Mathurin is healthy this time around.
True.
So here's the thing. Last year, this was a very injury riddled season. I mean, not season, series. I'll say it right eventually. But this is as close as healthy as both of them have been. Barring any more injuries, I think this might be one of the best first round series out east.
Yeah, I mean, it might be the best game. Like, if you're wanting, like, a series to go far, like this series. If you want it to be, like, a 6 or 7. Because, I mean, the other series, I don't want to, again, spoil it, but the top 3 seeds, they're really good, man. Like, that's tough. This is the one. And I wish Lillard was in the game. Wish he was in the series. But I'm going to have to go with Indiana. I mean, honestly, I think Indiana's going to win. I mean, they're playing good. They're healthier than the Bucks. I mean, Giannis, like, he's been cursed last few years. Like, he's either been hurt right before the playoffs or he gets hurt in the playoffs. I hope that don't happen, but if that happens again, that would suck and destroy their chances.
Mhm.
Honestly, the Bucks have made some moves that I don't get. Like they like their teams just like they're trying to remain great and they're not right now. So honestly, I think the Pacers, they're on an upward trajectory. They're healthy. They're going to win the series. I'll go a 4-2.
You go Pacers in 6.
Mm-hmm.
That Kyle Kuzma trade for Chris Middleton, I haven't noticed a difference in the Bucks other than their defensive intensity. I mean, Kyle Kuzma might be a better scorer than Chris Middleton,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't notice a difference because it's still Giannis's team. Like Kyle Kuzma hasn't been that guy. Be like, okay, I'm here to take over the game. And sneaky pickup, but Pascal Siakam, when they traded for him last year, Pascal Siakam, in my opinion, might be the difference in this series. In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, because Tyrese Halliburton ain't always a threat to score. And Pascal can get you 25 and 30 on a given night.
That was a great pickup for them. Fantastic.
Yes. And I agree with you, Jeffrey. But here's the thing. Giannis, in my opinion, right now, is one of the 3 best players walking the face of this earth. Do I think that he's got enough around him to beat a young, healthy Pacers team? You know what, Jeffrey? Give me Bucks in 7.
Okay.
I
I
think
mean, that's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick at all. I can see it.
give me Bucks in 7. I think Giannis has consistently been the best player in the world, and if they stay healthy, give me the Bucks in 7. I think Giannis and company will get it done in 7.
Very interesting.
But
Now I can't wait for that series. See what happens.
you'll be DMing me, be like, "Oh, you were right," or I'll be DMing you.
I do it all the time. Oh, I should have picked the Bucks. like yeah, I know. I do it all the time.
Now this one, the 3-6 out east, the Knicks
No one
versus
saw the Pistons coming. Came out of the blue.
Pistons. Jeffrey, the Pistons are back. The 90s are coming back. The 90s are back.
Yeah, it's
But
like Isaiah Thomas all over again, right?
Jeffrey, and this is going to be one of them physical, grit, grimy, down and dirty, spit in your face type series. This is going to be, if you love defense, this is your game. Don't expect many games to go over 100 in this series, in my
You just
opinion.
don't want to see a Malice in the Palace 2.0, though. Like, none of that. That was between the Pistons and the Pacers back in 2004. You don't want that between the Pistons and the Knicks now. All I think about when I think of the Pistons is the Malice in the Palace. Like, I don't know. I don't typically think that with the Pacers, but I do with the Pistons. So I don't know.
But I will say this. Don't sleep on the Pistons. I know they're young. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, Beef Stew, which is Isaiah Stewart, for anyone not hip. But Beef Stew, as they like to call him. The Pistons got a young roster. Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley. They got some veteran presence. They're young. I mean, I know not a lot of people are going to pick the Pistons, but they have a good chance to take this the distance, especially with their tough, rugged defense. And the Knicks are not a very high scoring team to begin with. But, Jeffrey, give me your thoughts.
Well, I mean, I got to shout out yet another Indiana player, OG Anunoby. I mean, let's go. He's great. Like he is criminally underrated still. People are like, oh, OG, he's not a top 50 player. He's right there, my friend. Right there. Very close to a top 50 player. OG Anunoby does it all. Great defender. Can steal, block, shoots threes at a high level. Good free throw shooter. Good rebounder. I mean, is he always a consistent scorer? That's the one thing that sometimes, like, yeah, okay, I get why he's not like in the upper tier of player in the NBA, but he is a really good player. And most importantly, this season, he stayed healthy. That's the key, because he's been a guy that he misses games. Like he'll play like in 50 out of the 80 games. This year he played 74, the most by far of his career. When he was at the Raptors, when they won it all with Kawhi Leonard, he was out with the appendix thing. So it's like now OG Anunoby, healthy, he's playing, he's good, all that kind of stuff. You even had like the jokes where he got hit in the head and he was bleeding out of his nose in that one game, and then he hit a 3 right after. So OG's tougher than ever. He's ready to go. Then you got Karl Anthony Towns. Like a lot of people pan that trade, right? Towns for Randall for Towns, but he's been good. Like he's been good. Karl Anthony Towns has played very well for the Knicks. And Brunson's incredible. Like no one expected him to be this good. Like he's been fantastic. Like he's like single-handedly keeping the short point guard alive, right? In the NBA. Everybody wants these tall point guards. Like he's small, but he is very effective. I like the Knicks. Like I don't love the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan. Like I get sick every time you turn on ESPN and you hear the Knicks or the Lakers. It gets old. But the Knicks, I do like OG Anunoby. They're a fun team to watch overall. They're a great defensive team. I like the Pistons. I think the Pistons are going to kind of be like what the Thunder were a couple years ago, though, when the Thunder were playing real hard, but they fell short, and we were like, give them time. Like, they're going to be here, right? I feel like that's where the Pistons are at. Like, they're like the Magic. They've hit their first, appearance where there's something. Like they've come out of the crusty old 15 and 70 seasons that they were having 5 years ago. Like, they're finally good, and they're only going to get better. But I think that the Knicks, they're just way better right now. It's going to be a 4-2 series win for the Knicks. I think the Knicks get it done. But the Pistons are going to win a couple, make it interesting.
So, Jeffrey.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to shock you. Give me the Knicks in 7.
Okay. I thought you were going Pistons. I was like, what? All right.
Listen, I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. Give me Knicks in 7. I think this one goes the distance, in my opinion. I think these are the 2 series out east that are going to go the distance. I feel like the Pistons are going to win their 2 home games because that crowd's going to be pumped and rocking. And I feel like they might steal one in New York because the Knicks might not take them as serious the first time around. So give me Knicks in 7.
Yeah, I mean, that is absolutely fair. I think, especially because, it's their first time here. Like, they're going to be so excited and pumped. I don't even know if there'll be a lot of nerves. Like, they're just going to be excited to be there and want to, prove that they belong. But, yeah, I do think the Knicks will get it done at the end of the day. But it should be a fun series, though.
Mm-hmm. Then we've got the 2-7 Celtics Magic out east. The Boston Celtics are the defending champions. And like the title says, is there anyone that's going to stop a Celtics dynasty? Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be the Magic.
No, absolutely not. I mean, Jaylen Brown, he's had some injury, scares this season, but he's available. Chris Stapps is available. All I can say about the Celtics, what cannot be said. They're still just insanely good. And I feel like the only thing that's kind of, I wouldn't say taking the shine off them, has been the Cavs. Like, because the Cavs are the 1 seed. Like, I think most people would have thought, like, hey, the Celtics, they're going to be the 1 seed again this year in the East. But they're a 2 seed. I don't really think it matters, though. This is still a fantastic team. I not to spoil, but I think the Celtics are going to go on a deep run. I'm not picking yet, but they're going to go on a deep run. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll give the Magic 1. I don't really want to go 4-0. That just seems lazy. I really don't. It could happen though, but I'll go 4-1. Maybe the Magic get 1 at home. Maybe, But the Celtics they're just so deep. The Magic, I think their time is in the future, like the Pistons. If they keep grinding, they keep getting better, make a couple more good pickups, trades or draft selections. They can get there, but not there yet. The Celtics, I mean, this is their championship window right now. They won it last year. I think you're going to see them be great for, a couple more years. And then I don't know if stuff will start blowing up. We'll see. But right now they're just fantastic. And the Celtics, they're definitely going to be too much.
I would agree. To be honest with you, I almost want to say sweep, but I'm like you. Celtics in 5. I think the Magic are good for 1. I think Bankero, Cole Anthony, they're good for 1, in my opinion. But Celtics in 5. Celtics in 5. Now, now that we've got the East first round out of the way, now on to the Western Conference first round, and the best team out west is the OKC Thunder, led by possibly the future MVP, SGA, Shea Gildas Alexander. I'm I'm gonna keep refraining from talking about the MVP talks because then my bias is gonna come out. So I'll leave that to Jeffrey if he wants to talk about it. But if things hold currently as we sit with the Warriors up big at halftime over the Grizzlies, and we've got the Grizzlies beating the Kings in our second game, it'll be Thunder Grizzlies round 1. I mean, that might be a really good series. Like, I know people are thinking the Thunder may steamroll, especially if they get like a Mavericks Kings draw. But if they draw the Grizzlies like we're predicting, that could be an interesting series. What would be your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it would be interesting because I feel like I said earlier that Memphis is better than their seed range. I think their ceiling's higher, and the
Mm-hmm.
Thunder it's still a bit questionable because they're so young. I mean, like they're fantastic, but is there still like that potential for one more year where they like slip up early? Before they finally have that breakthrough. Because it kind of felt like for a while the Celtics were in that position, right? Like you had Tatum, you had Brown, and they were fantastic. But they make the playoffs, and they'd always kind of like lose earlier than you thought. Now they've broken through. They've won it. It kind of felt like the Thunder or where the Celtics were a couple years ago. It's like the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
We know they're great. We know they're one of the best teams in the league. But are they ready to make that run? Are they ready to go to the finals or at least the conference finals? I don't know. Because again, the youth is still there. I love their team though. What they've done with drafting and trading, like it sucks. Like they couldn't keep Giddy. I know that all that kind of fell out of favor and all that. Couple minor things like, man, it'd be great if this had to happen. But for the most part, all the moves they've made, like thumbs up, man. Like you can't do much better than that. Getting a SGA and then building around him, not just letting him go to waste. Like, oh my gosh, we got the star and like, all right, we call it a day. No, like they, drafted Chet Holmgren. They've drafted,
Mm-hmm. Lou Dort from
Jalen
Arizona State,
Williams, Lou Dort, like all those guys. Like they're just fun to watch. They're a fundamentally sound team.
Casey Wallace.
Yeah. I mean,
They
I like watching them. They're a fun team to watch. I'll go 4-2. I'll give the Grizzlies 2 because I think John Morant and company will make it interesting, but I think the Thunder will win fairly with ease.
Yeah, I think honestly, the Grizzlies and Thunder, it's the battle of the two young teams. Both, this will probably be a high scoring series in terms of points. I feel like you said, I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go Thunder in 6, 4-2. Thunder in 6. I feel like the Grizzlies will make it a bit of a challenge. I don't think they'll steamroll like they did last year. Give me Thunder in 6. And now the 4-5 out west, you've got the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Clippers. And I'll say this before Jeffrey goes, and I'm going to say this. Nikola Jokic is playing the greatest statistical basketball season we've ever seen in history. First center ever to average a triple-double. And in my opinion, is the MVP and is the best player walking the planet today. Now, I know my bias is showing. I apologize, but I cannot help it. But as far as this series goes, this is going to be another one of them evenly matched series. Kawhi Leonard's back fully healthy again. James Harden is playing some of his best basketball we've seen. And this is after the Clippers let Paul George go, right? And I remember Jeffrey did a call-in show. I believe it was in July or April, something like that. And Paul George had signed with the Sixers, which we see how that turned out. Yikes. But anywho, we don't need to go down that rabbit hole right now. But almost making the Clippers look smart for letting him go. But once again, going down the wrong rabbit hole. But I'll say this is probably one of the most evenly matched series across both conferences because you got the two best players in Jokic and Kawhi. You've got Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon for the Nuggets, and here's the thing too: Jalen Pickett, Julian Strawther, Peyton Watson, Christian Brown. I mean, we've developed some nice pieces over here in Denver, but it's not the team that we once were before. And Russell Westbrook, I remember everyone was like, "Oh, good luck with that." Now you've got a vampire in your locker room. You've got a cancer. Russell Westbrook's overrated. The Nuggets are going to be lucky to make a play in with Russell Westbrook. And what has happened? Russell Westbrook is loved it in Denver. He's elevated his play. And it's almost added an extra juice to this team that we didn't have before. I mean, let me ask you this, Jeffrey. What are you thinking? Like, don't give a pick, but what are you thinking? Like, give me your thoughts.
I mean, I agree with you that like of all the matchups, like if it's not the series between the Pacers and the Bucks is the closest, this one is like you said, pretty much even. I mean, the Nuggets have the home field or the home court advantage rather, because like if it goes to 7, they get the extra game, and they have the best player. Like it's not even close. Like Leonard healthy is still great, even though he's aging. He's still great, but Jokic is just in another universe. I mean, the things he does, I feel like people are starting to take it for granted. And I don't even want to say Nuggets fans take it for granted, but I just feel like NBA fans take it for granted. Like when he first came into the league and was doing this junk, it's like, wow, like how's he doing this, right? And then it just became normal. And now you're seeing other players like Victor Wembanyama, that are incredible. Like he's 7'5" and can dribble, and Chet Holmgren. All these players are doing this type stuff now. Giannis, like he can put it on the deck. All these guys can do all this stuff, right? But Jokic is still just in his own category. He's a guy that when you look at him, he looks like he's slow, unathletic, should be a bench player like Mason Plumlee. But then he goes out there and he averages 30, 10, and 10. It's insane. Like how? Like this dude is just incredible. And he does this year after year. And he finds small ways to get better. Like I'm waiting for the decline. Like every player, you kind of see the peak, and it's like, are you going to start declining? Like we've seen Joel Embiid, he's hit that decline. Giannis is still fantastic, but had some injuries, but he's still fantastic. I'm just not. Jokic he just keeps getting better. He keeps getting better.
Yeah.
The team is not as good. Yes, because they had to get rid of guys. Like again, losing guys like KCP. I mean, that's tough. Like those were really, really solid extra pieces. And I feel like the biggest problem for the Nuggets and their ceiling are guys, it's the Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon tier. You can throw in Westbrook, I guess. I kind of don't want to, throw in Christian Brown because it's like he's young and he's still getting better. And my gosh, he's gotten way better. But like the Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook tier of player, those guys have to be great. And they don't have to put up 30 or 25, but they have to be great for this team if they're going to make a run. Like if they want to win this series, beat the Thunder, and go all the way, those guys have to be better. I watch the Nuggets a lot, and sometimes like Gordon just doesn't show up. He just doesn't do anything. He sucks. And then the next game, he's great. It's like you got to be consistent. Even if your scoring's not there, the effort's got to be there, the defense got to be there, and you got to hit something. And sometimes the role players for the Nuggets just don't get it done. And I don't even want to call them role players because I think Porter and Gordon are really good. But I feel like at times this year they've regressed.
Yes.
They just are not consistently good enough. I like the future. I mean, yeah, Watson, Strawther, those guys have been solid. I like the Nuggets. I think they've done enough to keep the Nuggets toward the top. They've done really well there. But like I said, just not as good as what they were when they won it all a couple years ago. But I like the team. And then when you go over to the Clippers, I mean, Leonard's back. Norman Powell, like, I talk about OG Anunoby because he's from IU. Is such an underrated player. Norman Powell is an underrated player. Nobody talks about him. He doesn't exist. Like, literally, Norman Powell barely exists as a human being. Like, nobody knows who he is. He's just some dude that puts up 22 a game, 21 points. You know, like, he's good. He's just a good player. Like, he was good. I mean, people forget when the Raptors won it all, he was on the team. Like, he was a big piece to the Raptors when they with Kawhi Leonard, like when they won it all in 2019. He's just a solid player. No one again talks about him, but
yes,
he probably like of all the like the players that like I would probably say like everybody that averages 20 points or more in the NBA, Norman Powell is probably the most forgettable player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can you think of anybody else that is just forgettable that averages 20 plus points? I'm trying to think, but like Norman Powell just shocks me at how like forgettable he is.
Honestly, I mean, maybe Anthony Simons from Portland. He averages a little over 20. Not a lot of people give him credit, but for the most part, yeah. I mean, I think you're pretty much right on track. I mean, I don't disagree with you.
I lost the volume for a minute. Sorry, but yeah, I absolutely. You're right. Like, you know, he just. I don't know. I just think it's a phenomenon because typically when guys score a lot, like people know who they are. But I mean, people like NBA fans know who he is. But I'm just saying, like, you ask some random, like, just person like watches maybe a little bit of basketball, and you say, you know who Norman Powell is? I bet you they don't know. They'll be like, huh? Who's that? It just cracks me up. So you got Harden off on the Norman Powell tangent. I've always wanted to mention that. I've never, in the 3 years of my channel, I've never once talked about the forgettability of Norman Powell, but I did tonight. So there we go. That's out there, everybody. Maybe we'll make that a short. We'll see. So James Harden, Norman Powell, and Kawhi Leonard, really good. Zubac is fine, and then honestly, their drop off's a lot further than the Nuggets.
Here's the thing. Bones Highland, who's a former Nuggets player, scores in bunches, but when he's on, he's really good. Comes off the Clippers bench. But like you said, their drop-off is a lot worse than ours. But if you watch, Jeffrey, at the beginning of the year, if you watched a lot, which I watched all of our games, we were struggling with the Nets and the Raptors of the world. Our bench was horrifically bad. Like, I was legit concerned. I thought, okay, I was optimistic going into the year, but as the year's gone along, our bench has gotten better. And I got to give Michael Malone credit for that. He's brought Strother, he's brought Pickett, he's brought a lot of these guys along.
And look what the organization did to thank him for that. Gone.
Yes. Because at the beginning of the year, Jeffrey, they were non-existent. It was basically our starting five and then pray to God that we could find something while they rest. Like with the Nets, we were down 22 to the Nets at the beginning of the year in Brooklyn. And I almost just wanted to cry because I was like, is this how far we've fallen this quick? Like, that was just something unfathomable. But off that tangent, now I'm more confident. And it may shock you, but I think we can win it all. That's how confident I've become. But go ahead, though, Jeffrey. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Like, I still feel like when you want to go, I don't want to say fringe, but like down the list of teams that can win it all, like down the lower seeds, the Nuggets on this side of the bracket, like Clippers down. No, I don't think any of them have a shot to win it all. Nuggets up, yes. I think the Nuggets have a shot. They have to play, like they've been playing lately. They have to, that bench has got to be there. I feel like they're the deeper team, and as long as the tier 2 players, Porter Jr., Gordon, and Westbrook play well, I'm going with the Nuggets. I think that They have a better team, more complete team overall than the Clippers. It's going to be an interesting series, though. Like, I think it's going to go far. You know what? I don't know if I'll have a game 7 other than this. I'll go game 7. I think the Nuggets will win in 7. It's either going to be 6 or 7, but I'll go with 7 just to be interesting. I think that the Nuggets will win, though. I think this series is going to prepare them for the next one, though, and wake them up. They'll win, though. I'm going Nuggets.
So this may shock you, but I'm going Clippers in 7.
Unreal. You just said that the Nuggets can win it all, and now you're going to Clippers. You're pulling the Louisville card on me. Like when I picked Louisville, you went Creighton. You were right on that. Like I was like, man, I should have went with McDermott. I'm shocked. I wouldn't have thought you'd have picked against the Nuggets. I'm interested to hear why.
I don't want to. I really don't want to. I'm picking the Clippers in 7, and here's why. I think what is going to fail us is our lack of defensive effort and intensity is. They've gotten better down the stretch, but we don't always do it. And I have a feeling it's going to bite us in the rear, and it's going to happen in this series. And I feel like I'm waiting for it to happen. Like, I want the Nuggets to win it all, and I think they can, but they have to bring the defensive intensity and effort. And I feel like that's the one thing the Clippers do better than us. And I think that's what's going to propel them in the end. And I don't like it, but Clippers in 7. Gosh, that hurts my heart to say that.
Let's I know it does. Like that again, I'm shocked because like the Nuggets, I mean, they've been really good the last few years, and I was thinking you were gonna go with them, but I respect for picking against your team. I have a tough time doing it.
But Clippers in 7. This right here, the Lakers versus the Timberwolves in the 3-6 out west. This may be the most entertaining series from a superstar standpoint. You've got the new look Lakers, LeBron and Luka against that young, cold-blooded, Michael Jordan-like Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'll say this. Would it shock me if the Lakers get sent home? No. Here's why. Because Anthony Edwards is that dude. And as a Nuggets fan, we can't beat him. We just can't. And Anthony Edwards and company rise and shines. This is when they make their money. Like, a lot of people are sleeping on the Timberwolves. And mark my words, Jeffrey, I ain't going to spoil it, but the Timberwolves knock the Lakers out. Don't act surprised. Do not. Because this could very well happen. And I know they took a big downgrade when they traded Cat, but now with McDaniels, Naz Reid, Gobert in the paint, I mean, the Lakers don't have a center. I mean, Rudy Gobert should have a field day on the glass. This might be a bad matchup in hindsight, but with Luka and LeBron is what could ultimately be the ultimate deciding factor. But I'll let you give your thoughts, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I don't disagree. I mean, you made a lot of great points when it comes to this matchup and the nuances of it. I mean, because Minnesota, they're kind of forgotten about. I will say they are kind of forgotten about after, they've built their team up to become, very solid. One of the more competitive teams in the NBA, one of the better teams in the NBA, and they have a legitimate stud. Like Anthony Edwards is incredible. I mean, like no one denies that. Like every now and then he can go cold. Like it happens where he's just off, but when he's clicking, he's one of the best players in the NBA. He is incredible. And yeah, I mean, I was still honestly shocked by the Towns trade, but you know what? I mean, it's not like they're worse. I mean, they're still good. Like you said, Gobert. Naz Reid's solid. I mean, I McDaniels, I like their team. It's pretty solid. The problem is that you got Luka Doncic. I mean, the Lakers, they would not be a 3 seed right now if it wasn't for Luka Doncic. I mean, that's why they're a 3 seed. I mean, he made their team so much better. LeBron, I mean, he's 40 years old. Most people know I'm not a fan of LeBron, but again, I give the guy credit when it's due. He's a fantastic player, and it's incredible that he's still this good. I mean, he's again 40. Like, he should not be doing what he's doing. Michael Jordan didn't even do that. Everybody,
Mhm.
that even doesn't like LeBron, you got to admit that he's still playing very well. And then, I mean, like, they got a bunch of guys. They're kind of like, they're like Denver. They got that tier 2 player. I mean, that has to show up for them to be good. Like, you just can't have LeBron and Luka Doncic, be your team, right? Like, you had Austin Reeves has to play well, and then like Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, like those type guys have to play well. And if they do, then that raises the ceiling of the Lakers even further. Austin Reeves, like he's mostly consistent, but the other guys, like some of them aren't. So I agree that center thing, it's gonna be interesting because I do think like the Timberwolves are gonna eat the glass, but like if Luka Doncic goes for 40, every game, and then the Lakers can win too. So I'm gonna wait to pick, but this one's interesting.
So let me see if I can convince you a little bit here. Jaden McDaniels, he's going to be tasked with guarding Luka. And Anthony Edwards will probably be tasked with guarding LeBron. Jaden McDaniels, he's a really solid defensive player. He's a guy that's pesky, will get up in your grill, and he will take on any challenge. I think Timberwolves defensively are going to give the Lakers heck. And here's the thing, too. You're talking about Luka. Here's the thing. Luka can go off, yes. But we've also seen Luka go cold in the playoffs, too, against certain teams. And the Timberwolves have had some of their best statistical games against Luka, especially since he's been a Laker. And here's the thing: is the thing that concerns me is the center position for the Lakers. Is that going to fail them? Because Rudy Gobert is going to eat the glass, and we might see a lot of dunks and putbacks. I mean, do you want me to pick first, or do you want to pick first?
I don't know, dude. I'm actually struggling with this one. I am. I mean, this is. I mean, the Lakers have the best player. I think Luka Doncic is the best player. I do. I mean, Anthony Edwards is like he's close, but I mean Luka Doncic is the best player, but you can't pick based off that because I mean, you got Doncic, you got James, and then you got Reeves, and then it drops. Like, and Reeves is
the Timberwolves
third, but it drops. Like, it is
the T-Wolves.
Yeah,
the T-Wolves bench too. Like, you go down the list, they've got players could be starters on different rosters. You even got a couple who could be all-stars, like Naz Reid, Julius Randle. When he's right, Julius Randle's a force. We haven't brought him up. And Julius Randle's solid. When he's healthy, he's solid. He's a good 20, 25 point scorer himself.
Yeah, you know what? You've convinced me. I was probably gonna pick the Lakers in 7, but you know what? I'll pick the T-Wolves in 7. I'll do that too. I'm doing another 7-game series. I'll go with the Timberwolves. I mean, because they're not gonna be able to rebound. Like, they're not gonna be able to rebound, and yeah, I agree with Will though. Lucas sent him home last year, but they don't have a big man. Like, like they have nothing. Like their bigs are Rui and LeBron. Like, that's it. And Jackson Hayes. Okay, Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes is all
Not
right.
a lot there. So I'll go with the T-Wolves in 7. I hope they don't backfire. I mean, I'll be rooting for the Timberwolves. I'll be rooting for the Timberwolves. But I was gonna go with the Lakers. But give me the T-Wolves in 7.
Jeffrey, I'm about ready to shock you again. Timberwolves in 5.
I mean, I could see it. Honestly, I could see it. I mean, I almost went T-Wolves at 6, but I mean, I was so close to picking the Lakers because I was going originally. I was going to go with the Lakers, but I don't see it now. I mean, because like looking at that roster, man. I mean, you got T-Wolves, you got power forward, center, power forward, center. Like they got depth everywhere, and then the Lakers just got LeBron and Rui. That's not going to get it done.
Give me T-Wolves in 5. It doesn't matter if it's WWE, UFC, or KFC. Timberwolves in 5.
It's gonna upset the media though, because they gotta have the Lakers go on a run.
Oh Lord! But that's my shocking pick: T-Wolves in 5. But as we sit right now, the 2-seeded Houston Rockets will face the winner of the Grizzlies Warriors, which we predicted the Warriors to win. Now, what's the update on this? The Warriors are currently leading by a pretty good chunk. So, assuming this score holds, it'll be Rockets Warriors in the 2-7. This is the ultimate youth versus experience.
Yeah, man.
If this holds.
Like, this is tough because the Rockets are young and they're playing great, but then you've got Curry.
Yeah, and here's the thing too: the Rockets cannot shoot to save their life. That's going to bite them, whether it's in this series or if it's in the next one if they happen to advance. But the Rockets cannot shoot the 3. They do not shoot efficiently. They got Steven Adams and Alfie Şengün, who's Baby Jokic, as the media likes to call him. But I'll say this: the Rockets are, I believe, statistically top 3 in every defensive category. They do have that going. Dylan Brooks is pesky. He would have the assignment of Curry. I mean, but the championship experience of Curry and Draymond and the experience of Jimmy Butler, who's been to 2 finals in his career. Jeffrey, I know this on paper seems like a very heavy mismatch in the Warriors' favor. Are we going to pick an upset? Is this the series?
I don't know.
Fred VanVleet is really good. Amin Thompson, Jalen Green, they've got some players that are hoopers, but they can't shoot the ball.
Yeah, I mean, like Jalen Green, Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith, Tari Eason. I mean, Cam Whitmore. Like they got a lot of dudes, but
they can't shoot.
Yeah,
they can't shoot. That's the problem.
None of them are stars either. Yet. Like Jalen Green's young and he can get there and all that, but like they don't have a star. I mean the Warriors. I mean you got Curry and you got Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I feel like they're gonna give Steph Curry heck. I really do, but I still don't think it's enough. I think this is going to be a learning year for the Rockets.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's that year with the Thunder, right? Like you had highs for the Thunder, and they fell short early because again that youth got to them. I mean, I know the Rockets have some experience, some. VanVleet, has experience. Like they got Jeff Green, if that matters. I mean, like okay, Dylan Brooks he's been in the league a little bit, but I think I gotta go with the Warriors in 6. I think I'm gonna do it. I gotta go with the Warriors. I think
you stole my pick. See, Jeffrey's cheating. See, he's copying. He's looking at my notes over here that I don't have. Give me Warriors in 6. I think Houston will win 2 games. Give me Warriors at 6. But now that we predicted the first round, now we're going to predict who we think will go to the conference finals, and then we'll pick our champions and then skedaddle. So, since we started with the East, let's start with the West on this, since the West is the hardest. Who's representing conference finals games out west, and who do you have representing the West?
Yeah, the conference finals for the West.
Or you want me to go first?
Well, I mean, that's tough because, I mean, like, you picked against the Nuggets. It's like the Thunder Nuggets, that game, the winner of that game, obviously, they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tough time with this, man, because I think the Thunder are fantastic, but the Nuggets are still really good. Still really good. And I picked against the Lakers. Does Curry make it? Does he make it?
I've got mine already.
Does Curry make it? Because, I mean, if you beat the Rockets, you got the T-Wolves. I mean, you got Quentin Post. You got Trace Jackson Davis. Is that enough with the T-Wolves' depth at big?
I've got my conference finals out west. If you want me to start.
I want to hear yours first.
I got Clippers Timberwolves for the West.
You picked against both your teams.
Clippers, T-Wolves, and I've got Wolves in 6.
You still here, Will? I want to hear your pick for the Western Conference Final. I want to hear your pick if you're still here.
I got the Timberwolves making a run to the NBA Finals. Come on, Jeffrey. Come on. Don't be scared.
I don't know who to pick on either side of the bracket, man, because like I'm just trying to decide between the Thunder and the Nuggets, and I'm trying to decide between the T-Wolves and the Warriors. I'm trying, like, I don't know, because like you can convince me either way. You can convince me the T-Wolves, and all right, he's got Nuggets T-Wolves. Thanks, Will. Appreciate your opinion on that.
Hey, I picked Clippers T-Wolves. Are you
know
going to join us?
You know what? I'll be different. I'll go Thunder and Warriors. I'll do it. I'll go with the Thunder and the Warriors. And I'm probably gonna be wrong.
Don't feel bad. I'm going to be wrong too.
I know I'm gonna be wrong, but we all pick different. I'll go with one of your teams. I'll go with the Thunder to finally make it all the way, and I'll go. Curry's gonna have a resurging year, so we'll see.
So here's my question: who wins that series? Who's representing the West?
Who do you got?
I said Timberwolves at 6 over the Clippers.
Oh, you did? Okay. Oof.
I got the
Man,
T-Wolves.
you're really confident in the T-Wolves. Man.
Yeah.
Huh. Honestly, I'll give it to the Thunder. I think the Thunder make it all the way.
Okay.
I'll go with the Thunder.
So out east.
I already have my pick. This one's easy.
Okay, go for it.
Celtics, Cavs. I think they both make it. I'm not going upset on there.
I got Celtics Bucks.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your pick, Will? I want to hear yours too. Like you're in on this. Like, I don't know. I think the East is pretty cut and dry. The only one that worries me is honestly the Knicks. I think the Knicks Celtics. I think that's interesting. Yeah, I did go with the safe pick. I did. Anyone but the Celtics. Oh man. Yeah, that's fair. Well, that's fair. But Cavs and Celtics, I'll go with that.
So I got Bucks Celtics. You've got Cavs Celtics. I'll let you go first since I picked first last time.
I'm going Celtics.
So you got a Celtics Thunder finals.
Yes.
Am I the only one that's outside the box?
I guess I'm boring, man. I guess I'm boring. I should have went with Curry.
I got Celtics too. I got Celtics in 6.
So for the West, I got the Thunder beating the Warriors in 7, and for the East, I got the Celtics beating the Cavs in 6. Yes.
So for the West, I've got the T-Wolves over the Clippers in 6. In the East, I've got Celtics over the Bucks at 6. So,
Will says T-Wolves Celtics finals.
yep, like
I do
me.
appreciate you being here, RC, as well. Definitely appreciate that. But Will's got T-Wolves Celtics. So are you feeling you ride those T-Wolves all the way? Are you gonna do it?
Okay, so I've got T-Wolves, Celtics. You've got Thunder,
Thunder.
Celtics. Ah, I want to hear yours first.
Well, I mean, it's tough because the Thunder, again, is so young. I think I almost went with the Nuggets to make it, but the Thunder, I mean, they've played so well and they've made it here before, and I feel like they're ready for that breakthrough. They're ready to make that run. But man, the Celtics, like, they have that experience and the youth, and they've got experienced players. Like, they have everything, right? If the
Hmm.
Celtics stay healthy, if Kristaps stays healthy, if Jaylen Brown stays healthy, I mean, I still think the Celtics they are the best team. I think they're the most complete team all across the board. They got all the positions filled. They got all the bases covered. It's tough to win 2 in a row, but I just feel like the Thunder, I think it's their year to go far, but I don't know if it's their year to win it yet. Again, it took the Celtics a bit, right, to go far, and they did it a few years, and then finally they broke through and won the whole thing. I think the Thunder, I think this might be their year to go really far and fall short, and then maybe next year or the year after that they'll win it all. Give me the Celtics, and I'll go in 6. I know it's dumb, and I know everybody's probably mad, but I'm going the Celtics 6. Plus, I do like the Celtics. I mean, I do. I mean, I'm not like a massive Celtics fan here. Like, I don't have no connection to Boston. They're like, I've liked them since Ray Allen and all those guys. So, I mean, I mean,
So,
that's not influencing my pick though. I think the Celtics will win.
unfortunately, I don't like saying this. Give me Boston in 5 over the
Man,
T-Wolves.
you picking Boston too. I'm sure Will's
Yeah.
probably going Celtics as well, even though he hopes not. And RC's not even confident T-Wolves get past the Lakers because of the Zebras.
So, to recap, we both have the Celtics repeating, thus the Celtics dynasty is back on again.
I didn't want to do it. Honestly, I wanted to pick someone else to be cool, but it just ended up being the Celtics. It's gonna be this. Everybody, see, now I'm worried. We're all picking the Celtics. So, like, are we setting ourselves up? Like game day when they have all the ones picking the same. Like, are we setting ourselves up for failure? But sometimes it's just you gotta pick it, right? Like sometimes you have to pick it. So, yeah, I agree. Like RC said, that's why I'm saying if Jaylen Brown is health, but they're claiming he's fine. I mean, he's had small injuries before and he's played through it. So I'm not super concerned. And they have so many other, pieces that, like, if he's maybe not feeling it one night, they can maybe sit him or manage his minutes and they can play, their other guys. So
let me ask you this. Since we both have the Celtics, who wins finals MVP? Does Tatum get the nod, or does Jaylen Brown win it again, or does someone else get it?
I would say probably Tatum.
I would too. I'd give it to Tatum. I mean, could Jaylen win it again?
It's
Maybe,
possible.
just for his defense, but I don't think they'd do that 2 years in a row.
No.
I
Tatum's been
think they would.
playing very well too. Like, he has been playing very, very well. Like, I remember when Kristaps gets that would be crazy. That would be crazy. I mean, like, there was a couple year stretch where people were kind of like saying, "Hey, Tatum, like, you're not bringing your A game. Like, you can be so much better." He's improved in so many areas of the game. He is
Mhm.
playing so well. Yeah, I think if they win it, he'll get it. Again, it's
Mhm.
such a safe pick, but like it makes sense. Like sometimes you have to do it. Like I had so many people clowning my March Madness picks, man, because of the fact I kept picking the favorites. And guess what? When I picked an upset, the upset lost every time.
Mhm.
So it's like I should have just picked the favorites every time, and I would have had a pretty close to perfect bracket.
Mhm. But before we end this, time for some superlatives. I've got three of them, and you all can get in on this too. But what do we think is going to be the best series? Honestly,
You talking
I
about
think
like
it's
in the first round or like the whole thing? Because that changes that.
okay. So, what's going to be the best series of the first round?
I mean, I'll say like probably for the whole thing. I think the Celtics Knicks could legitimately like be just an elite series. I think it could be. But for the first round, I would go. I honestly would go Nuggets Clippers.
For the whole thing, probably if if everything turns out, probably Cavs Celtics. If the projected winners
Mm-hmm.
for the first round, probably T Wolves Lakers might be. I think would be the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on the Celtics Cavs. Either that or the Celtics Knicks. I just think the Celtics Knicks, like, that's just gonna be like it's gonna be so hard fought because like they've played so many times throughout their history. Like it's
Mm-hmm,
gonna be hard fought. Like whatever happens. So I agree with
mm-hmm.
either that or the Cavaliers Celtics. But yeah, Lakers T Wolves for sure. It could be, but Nuggets Clippers I think is gonna be great too.
So the second award or superlative series you're least looking forward to, the one you're dreading watching in the first round.
Honestly, I mean, maybe Celtics Magic because we were very confident that like this of all the ones like we didn't. I don't think we picked any sweeps, but like that was the one we were like, yeah, that one could be a sweep. The
Mm-hmm.
rest of them we were like, win a game, either that or the Thunder versus like the Hawks that series. Probably not good. Either of those two.
Yeah, Cavs, Hawks, Celtics, Magic. I'll watch them, but I'm like
Not the
not.
Hawks. Rather, I said it wrong. That's for the East, but the Thunder. We had the Grizzlies. Either the Thunder
Listen,
Grizzlies or the Cavs Hawks. Probably not great, but to not make it boring and basic, just the 1-8. I would say the Celtics Magic.
yeah,
So
uh, maybe the Knicks Pistons if things get out of hand.
mm-hmm.
I doubt it, but and then obviously what's the series you're looking forward to?
Honestly, Thunder Nuggets. Like if I'm not gonna just pick a Celtics because like I like the Celtics, I would say Thunder Nuggets. I can't wait for that game.
I can't wait for Knicks
And we got
Celtics
John
series.
Morant hurt too. Sorry to interrupt. That's not good for the Grizzlies. He's kind of in pain. But what were you saying?
Ugh. I was just gonna say Knicks Celtics out
Mm-hmm.
east because that might be the best chance to dethrone the Celtics. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Nuggets Clippers. I mean,
I can't wait for that. Like the Thunder Nuggets, like even the Nuggets Clippers. Like I just can't. Well, I want to see what the Nuggets can do out there. And can they dethrone? Can the Thunder dethrone the Nuggets? Like that. That's just gonna be fun to me. I think it's
mhm.
gonna be a great series.
But last thing, and then we'll head out. Jeffrey, critical question: who wins MVP, Jokic or SGA? And remember who you're on the air with.
Yeah, it's like either or though. You like both, so it's like I don't think I'm losing either way, right?
There's one over the other, but who's your
So
MVP?
you like Jokic better, right? Like I'm correct on that, or do you like SGA better? I think you like Jokic better, right?
Yes,
Okay,
Jokic.
I would probably go Jokic because of the triple double thing. Like you got to go because
Yeah.
like you got to go that right. I know he's won it
Mm.
before. People are like, oh, you don't need to keep giving it to him. Will saying SGA. I mean, SGA deserves one though. Like legit, I do think he deserves one. But I mean, it's kind of hard not to give MVP to a guy that's done something that's never been done before from a big.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
he's averaging a triple double at center Like we're not talking about Russell Westbrook when he did it in the past. Like that was cool and that was amazing, but like we're talking about a 7 foot, like unathletic looking guy that is averaging a triple double. So honestly, though, I mean SGA again, he's got to get one of these though. So if they gave it to him, I wouldn't be upset. Like I know some people get upset when it's like sometimes the pick isn't as obvious or like they go a different route. People complain sometimes for ridiculous reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. But you know, like if SGA won it, I would not be upset. Like, yeah, he deserves to get one, but I think you got to give it to Jokic. I mean, he's had an incredible season. Like, you got to give it to him.
I would too. I would agree, Jokic. I wouldn't be mad at SGA, but being more of a Nuggets fan, like I'm praying. Like I'm gonna say this before we go. Please let it happen. A Nuggets Thunder series, because if SGA wins MVP and Jokic sends him packing, sweet Christmas, that would be great.
That would be like euphoria for you, man. That would be like the greatest.
Like, thank you, hallelujah, thank you. But in all seriousness, though, if SGA wins it, he's earned it. But this is going to be fun. I mean, the playoffs, they're always fun. I mean, we did this last year, just like we did with March Madness. And if y'all enjoy it, we'll do it again next year. We'll make this a tradition. If we have time, of course. But
Absolutely.
This is always fun. I mean, like, now that I'm thinking about it, NBA playoffs or March Madness, Jeffrey? Put you to it. Which one's better? Be honest.
March Madness. I will say I like March Madness better, but college sports are getting worse. So, I mean, it's still March Madness for now. Like if we get to the point where there's opt-outs and they're like opt-outs for March Madness, like you see, like I don't know if that would happen, but like somehow where, you know, like guys are just like skipping it or something. Like, or it just gets too ridiculous and crazy, or they expand it to 100 teams, or just more changes that do not need to be made, then I would revisit that question. But as of now, I would still say it's March Madness. But they don't need to keep changing stuff. Stuff doesn't need to keep getting worse. But the NBA playoffs are really fun, though.
And just to show everybody real fast, not to go off on a side tangent, but I want to show this. This is the current betting odds of what they have as the final winners. So Jeffrey did not pick anybody too far.
Yeah, the Thunder and the Celtics. Yeah, I was so off base with that, right? Like no one would have ever picked that. Yeah, I kept it too safe. I see, like Will said earlier, I pick upsets for fun. I don't blame you, man. It's just for me, it's like you gotta pick what's logical.
Before we close the show down, I just wanted to show that way people didn't think we were being safe, because this is even what the betting odds are telling you. Now, to be honest with you, here's the thing. I mean, us picking the Celtics, we picked the second favorite. So, I mean, and of course, Jackson says, I feel like it'll be Lakers Celtics. Unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong. Jackson, how many times I got to tell you, stop saying that?
You're not going to be the Lakers, man. It is not going to be the Lakers. They should not even be fourth in the odds, by the way. Why are they fourth in the odds? The fact that the Lakers and the Warriors both have better odds than the Knicks is sad. And the Nuggets. That is sad. Like, I'm sorry, but that's sad. Like, come on. Really?
And here's the thing, Jeffrey. Out of the two of us, I picked the T-Wolves to go to the finals, and they have, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have the 10th best odds. So you went a little more safer than I did. But, and Jackson said, I want the Thunder to win the West and the Cavs to win the East. I mean, I feel like the Celtics are going to come out of the East. It's almost destiny. You don't want it
Yeah,
to happen
like,
again.
I'd be shocked if they didn't, honestly.
I mean, but I thought that was interesting to
I
show
think it's
before we
funny that
left.
I just picked the two favorites. Like, it wasn't intentional, but because I didn't look at
Well,
the
I
odds,
thought,
just like it just makes sense.
well, that's why I brought it up while we were on air. I was like, let me get the odds real fast, just to show that Jeffrey's not nuts. But oh boy,
Yeah, just real quick on for Clint Moses. I think Stevenson, like, I thought he should have committed to UNC to begin with. He didn't. He went to Bama. So he's coming home, so that's cool. I think Vasir's a good pickup, or Vasar. He was at Arizona. I like his game. I think overall, I think Carolina's done well with the additions, but they're still not anywhere close to where they need to be. Like Carolina, I still don't think that they're going to be like an elite team next year, but they're definitely going to be better than this past season. I think they should be better than this past year, and if not, Hubert's out the door. He's done. But I do think that they're going to be better because even though they're not going to have an RJ Davis level player, they're going to have more, like actually more players that are actually worth something. Like I hate to say it like that, but like they didn't have any bigs that were like capable last year. Jalen Washington was all right, but wasn't enough down low. I think they're going to be better with Stevenson down there. The transfer from Arizona as well. I like some of the pickups. I think they will be better, but how better that they are is going to determine whether Hubert makes it or not. But that's just my quick thoughts on that. Definitely appreciate you for being here, Clint, and appreciate everybody for being here tonight. It was definitely a fun show. Like you said, Austin, glad we were able to talk about the NBA playoffs, and I can't wait for the game.
Yes. And we can't forget Jackson with the contribution. Want to shout
Oh,
out
yes, absolutely. I was going to pull that up earlier, but we were so engaged with the conversation. Like we were just like wanted to keep that going. But thank you, Jackson. Absolutely appreciate the super chat. Here's to getting Only Talk Sports to 3,000 subs, getting Sports Talk with Austin 1,000 subs. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, patience, hard work, effort, and most importantly, you guys. You guys. We can do all the work here. But if without you guys, it doesn't mean anything at all whatsoever. Definitely appreciate all you guys in the chat. You guys make the shows fantastic, whether, if it's me and Austin, me by myself, Austin doing shows by himself, with Jackson. Like, you guys make this community what it is. All of us enjoy talking sports so much. And definitely appreciate all you guys.
Yes.
And definitely Jackson, thanks again for the super chat. And appreciate you for being here tonight, as always.
Yes, we appreciate it always. We have fun. I mean, me and Jeffrey have kind of made a tradition out of this. We enjoy it. And as long as we're not busy, we'll do this some more, obviously. But it was fun. We made some picks. They're probably going to age very, very, very poorly, but that's okay. Like March Madness. And I'll say this too, Jeffrey. Forgot to mention it. And I know we got to get off here, but I forgot to mention this. There was a list that came out earlier as I was researching of the top 10 players under the most pressure to win. And Jason Tatum was number one. What do you think about that? Real fast.
I would have definitely say that last year. Yes. Like last year, number one for sure. Because like they hadn't won a title yet. Tatum and Brown. Tatum's the leader. But now that they have a title under their belt, I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't really know who you'd put at number one. But they already won. I think maybe people are just saying the pressure to win it again. I mean, because like they're perceived as the best. But
real quick, I have the list. I wrote it down on paper. It was Tatum at 1, LeBron at 2, Brunson at 3, Mitchell at 4, Brown at 5, Jokic at 6, Curry at 7, Harden at 8, Kawhi at 9, and then they had John Moran at 10.
It's an interesting list. I mean, LeBron at 2 is crazy. I mean, I get it because people are like, oh, can LeBron win another one? Like, further cement his legacy, all that sorts of stuff. But, I mean, they're your typical stars. I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess.
Here's my thing real fast. Not to get into no debate, but John Morant, is there that much pressure on him to win now? He's still really young.
I don't think so.
How old is he?
Not that old. He hasn't been in the league too long because I mean he was drafted the year with Zion,
I was going to say,
So
he's not even.
he was born in '99, so he's 25.
Oh, he's still got plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
His clock is, as long as he stays healthy, he's got plenty of time.
Oh yeah,
I could see Curry, obviously Brown and Tatum, obviously the repeat aspect. James Harden, I guess since he's never won one, I don't know why there's pressure on Donovan Mitchell because I mean I guess the fact that they're so good this year,
yeah,
you
that's
kind
the
of.
main reason. Plus, I mean, he is older, not old, but like his window, like this is a great opportunity.
And of course Jokic, of course, because we don't know how long he's going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw something too where they said Denver might trade Jokic, and I'm like, would you all stop that?
They did the same thing with they were going to split Brown and Tatum up. I mean, I don't.
It's pooey.
It's hoopla.
And here's the thing, Jokic, really, he would never approve of that. Number one, and that would just be too much work for him. He's that kind of guy. If it's too much work, don't even bother asking. But anywho, but yeah, anywho, before we get off on hoopla and put too much work on ourselves, this was a fun show as always. I enjoyed it. But Jeffrey, what have you got going on in your world, in your life? Well, in your YouTube life.
Absolutely. Definitely. I'm trying to keep having output on my channel, Only Talk Sports. Definitely, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Only Talk Sports. I've been trying to keep content coming on a regular basis. I'm going to try to do more portal videos because, like, I definitely, that's always a hot topic during the spring with college basketball. I've just been staying busy. It's been tough to post all the time. I'm definitely going to try to post more videos on that topic. And definitely was excited to cover March Madness. But with Austin, with you this year has been great, and doing the NBA playoffs as well. Definitely, sure we'll have more live streams in the future. And also, I mean, you guys know, I'm over on the Alabama channel as well with Jackson, so that's going to continue as well. Also, so definitely appreciate your guys' support over there. But definitely, I will still be posting. I'm not going to disappear. It's not like I'm going to go on like a big hiatus or nothing. But definitely, just try to post when I'm able to on the portal, and sure college football is going to be right around the corner, so we'll be getting back into that as well. So definitely going to be excited about that.
I agree. I can concur. And like Jeffrey said, we'll be back for more. I mean, if you love what me and Jeffrey is doing, then like he said, hit the like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you click on the notification bells so you never miss another great video from us. And who knows what we might do in the future. We might pop up one day and decide to talk about whatever's happening. Who knows? Maybe Indiana wins the whole thing next year in football and we do a live stream on it. Who knows?
That would be
doubt
awesome.
it, but
I doubt it too, but that would be awesome.
But definitely, this is not the last you've seen of me and Jeffrey, of course. And of course, as always, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Jeffrey, send us out.
Definitely. Thanks everybody for being here. Subscribe to Sports Talk with Austin. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Talk Sports, if you had fun watching the show. And I definitely appreciate your guys' support. We'll definitely be back, I'm sure, for more streams in the future. It was very exciting, and definitely cannot wait for the NBA playoffs. Glad we were able to make our predictions, and hopefully they at least age okay. Not horribly, at least hopefully okay. Thanks for being here, everybody.